Set, Tom, let's go.
Good afternoon, everyone. We will start our Q&A. Our first question is Mike Angel with the Journal of Commerce.
Thank you. This is a question for the director of the port. Could you give an outlook for the rest of 2025 as far as cargo volumes and maybe how, as was said, trade policies are impacting the port?
Well, Michael, if I could actually forecast this well, I would probably be doing something other than directing the Port of New York and New Jersey. But you know, I think while some analysts are talking about a 10 to 15% drop off, you know, for the remainder of Q4, and I think the National Retail Federation is saying the same thing, our conversations with the ocean carriers and the terminals are not as bleak as some would suggest. To date, we have 10 blank sailings on the books for the remainder of the year, certainly with Golden Week coming up. Next week, there will be a shortage of vessels or slowdown of vessels. So we're expecting more for October, November to be flat with a peak up in December, some growth in December as we go into pre-Chinese New Year activity. Yeah, year to date, we're up over 6% from what we expected. And if you look at where we are today, based on all of our historical compound annual growth, we're exactly where we expect to be. And we're not expecting the bottom to fall out for the rest of the year, but flat at best.
And blanks, at least 4 that are already on the books for Q4?
For Q4.
Okay.
Yep.
But there might be more.
There could be more. Yeah. Thanks, Michael.
Thank you.
Next question is Colleen Wilson with the Record.
Thanks. Just wanted an update on the ongoing conversations, if you're having them with the FAA over Newark Airport. You know, we've seen some positive reports about hiring for air traffic controllers. But if you could just speak directly to how that's impacting the Philly TRACON, the Long Island TRACON, and just an update, if you have it, on the infrastructure upgrades that have also been promised at Newark Airport.
Yeah, Colleen, we have Sarah McKean who's going to answer that.
Thanks. So the FAA has reported that they're about 48% staffed currently at the Philadelphia TRACON, which oversees the airspace for Newark Airport. They're around the 60% mark at the Long Island TRACON, which handles the traffic for JFK and LaGuardia. They continue to bring in new controllers in training. They currently in Philadelphia have 24 controllers in training, but just want to note that we do note a risk with 16 controllers that are eligible to go back to Long Island from Philadelphia in July of 2026. So they're making progress, but it's slow, and it is the biggest challenge in terms of them resuming full flight activity at Newark. We currently today at Newark are still limited to 68 operations an hour, and that's where the airlines are operating. Come October, end of October this year, they anticipate going to 72 operations an hour, and we'll see what happens from then on. We're waiting for the FAA to issue their final order on that. In terms of the technology, the FAA has reported that they've completed the replacement of the telecom system at Philadelphia, but they are still in progress of getting the direct radar connection at Philadelphia, which should be coming in the coming weeks.
And what is the normal, or I guess, what is the standard of flights that you normally have per hour? You mentioned you're at 68 right now, but what is it normally supposed to be?
So Newark's full capacity is capable of handling over 80 flights an hour. Before the failure that occurred at the end of April, Newark was operating around 77 flights an hour. And again, today they're at 68. I just do want to take a moment to just point out the fact that despite the challenges that the FAA is having and on the limits on flights throughout the region, August is the strongest performing August on record for all 3 Port Authority airports in terms of passenger volumes. And that is being accomplished through the airlines utilizing larger aircraft at fuller capacities on longer haul routes that are the most in demand for the region.
Can I just ask one more follow-up, if that's okay? I've heard some concerns from flyers that at Newark Airport that when they've come down and got grounded or waiting for a gate, they're having to taxi around the airport. Is that true? I mean, can you maybe speak to that? Perhaps it was a couple of instances but could you just maybe speak to that concern?
Well, in the spring, we did do a full closure of a runway to be able to do a standard 10-year rehabilitation of the pavement. And so any issues that occurred in the spring would have been around that. To get that full runway complete, weekend closures of that same runway are required to get that work complete substantially by the end of this year. So there could be need to taxi around those construction sites, but there has not been any major challenges related to that, other than when we face significant weather challenges related to air traffic. And when that happens, the surfaces can get crowded, and that does require aircraft to route around each other.
Thank you so much.
The last question is Larry Higgs with New Jersey Advanced Media.
Hi. Two path questions for you. First of all, path forward. How many major projects are left that would either disrupt or affect service? And is it on schedule or budget?
Hi, it's Jim Heitman, Chief Operating Officer. So there are two main sections of track that we're working on under Path Forward. They're both on schedule. They're both on budget. We had announced that we were going to finish Path Forward in April of next year, so we're still on track to do that.
Yeah, okay. And the second question is about the new tap machines that are being tested. When will they and the tap cards go live?
So the tap functionality is in place. What we're working on now is getting the new media put in place. And I don't want to give you wrong dates, so we'll have to get more specifics on the rollout of that program. But yes, field testing is happening at this moment.
Great, thanks.
We can get back to you on that, Larry. Thank you very much, everyone. That concludes the Q&A.